Hello everyone, thanks to Ubisoft I have the chance to showcase you the new hero, the Ocelotl. He's a really interesting character, and in this video I show you the basic movesets, special moves, hunter stance, hero specific, max punishes, hitbox and defeats. And in the end of the video I will summarize everything and give a conclusion how I will rate him. But that's enough talking. Let's get into it. Okay guys, let's start with the basic movesets. The most interesting thing about Ocelotl is he has 4 forms of finishers. So the most important thing is he has an infinite chain. So every time when you switch between light and heavies, you can do them as long as you want until you run out of stamina, or you go for the same move twice. So for the light attack, it's basically a double light. For the heavy attack, all heavy finishers, doesn't matter in which direction you go, they are unblockable. So you can go for a left, top, or right unblockable. And mid chain, you can also perform a bash. Doesn't matter from what attack you go from, like you can go bash, heavy into bash, light into bash, zone into bash, special moves into bash, like forward dodge slide, and you can chain that bash. Suck! Okay, so 3 forms of finishers, and now to the last one. It's basically can perform a zone attack from all attacks, light attack, zone, heavy attack, zone, bash, the zone of course. And the zone itself as a zone finisher. But it just deals 24 damage. Zone data 700 millisecond long, only deals 40 damage for a 700 millisecond move, so it's very slow, deals not much damage. It's more like a suppression tool in team fights to chip people left and right, and for how can I say it, for the very specific or situational traits. So this basically Ocelotl. So you can go for the infinite chain. Remember that. From chain you can go for the bash. But of course the chain bash, paintable. You can perform a neutral bash, that means you dodge forward. Deals direct damage. 10 damage. And from that position you can do a light attack, you can of course go for a heavy attack, or a zone attack. But beware, because if you go for a light attack, it's not confirmed. Like all attacks are not confirmed. Always consider that. So, what else? Ocelotl has a dodge light, enhance, and of course with access to chain data. There's also for dodge light. Yeah, that's basically it. And of course, hunter stance. So what is hunter stance? Hunter stance is by pressing full block, you enter hunter stance, but it's a very situational move. That means heavy. There it is. It has dodge properties, so you can dodge attacks with it, but I wouldn't recommend it as a counter attack. So don't use that as counter attack. When to use hunter stance? Use hunter stance as a peeling tool, team fights. maybe as a ganking tool, but I'm pretty sure competitive players will find out really quickly how useful it is. And as a roll catcher, you have a heart read on someone, he's rolling away, and Hunter Stance itself. Wait. Okay, it doesn't matter, but it deals 18 damage plus 6, so 24 damage overall, and it acts as a chain starter. So that's the situation where or when to use Hunter Stance. What else? We explained Hunter Stance, advanced chain rules, basically all moves. Like we have light attacks, we have heavy attacks, we have zone attacks, we have the neutral bash, we have the bash itself, dodge light, forward dodge light I mean, Hunter Stance, zone attack, everything acts as a chain starter. But that's very important, like my opinion, his risk reward is not that great and his health is kinda average. He needs all kinds of offers he can get. So, what else? Enhanced lights, yeah. Showcase it already. Forward dodge light and the side dodge lights are enhanced. Gain easier access to your chains. Special cancelled. Ah yeah, I forgot that one. Zone attack are feintable. So this is commitment, this is feint, and now the chain finisher is also feintable. So what else? Don't use Warpath. This is basically the chain bash. Feintable. Yeah. The chain bash, zone, chain zone, double edge, and skull smash. So the double edge is, yeah, it's the zone attack. But guys, that's basically Ocelotl in a nutshell. Okay, I basically showcased you all his basic movesets, and now I can do an extra segment with the main pressure tools. Like the main pressure tools are obviously the forward dodge bash, 10 damage, and the follow-ups. And worth mentioning is all chain lights are unreactable, but in return you only deal 9 to 10 damage. Like if you go for the light finisher, just 10 damage, and for the chain, here's the chain, it's 9 damage. What else? Like we have now the neutral dodge bash for 10 damage, the chain lights, obviously the unblockables are also your main pressure tools, and chain bash. That's all this pressure tools has. Like 400 millisecond chain lights, the heavy unblockable finisher, and the neutral bash plus the chain bash. 4 forms of main pressure tools. Now we'll talk about parry punches, aka max punishes. He is pretty straightforward with a little twist, and the twist is on the heavy parry. Like every time when you parry an attack, oh, that was actually my opportunity. Please, another attack. Go for the forward dodge light. Of course, you can go for the regular dodge light, but it only deals 12 damage. Forward dodge light, 15 damage. Also worth mentioning is perfect. Zone attack is not confirmed. It's 700 milliseconds, and in general, it just deals 14 damage. That's what you're gonna do when you parry heavy attack. And the outcome is basically the same. If you go for a light attack, you can go for the light finisher, for the bash light, or same for the forward dodge light. So, what happens if you land parry, light parry? That's really easy. All heavy attacks, it doesn't matter in which direction, deals the same damage. So you can go for the right one, go for the left one, or even the top one. All neutral heavy attacks deals 24 damage. Super straightforward. The max punishes. Parry? Fast. So, on an unbalancing throw, you get the double heavy. Basically, but a very important detail is you have to keep stance where it is. So here I'm in top stance. It doesn't matter in which direction you throw, you always get the double heavy. Now I throw backwards. Now to the left. And now going forward. Double heavy is guaranteed, but like I said, never switch your guard. So in this case, I switch now my guard mid chain. And now it's not guaranteed anymore. So be aware of that detail. When can you use it? Basically when your opponent is out of stamina, or when you have revenge and you throw him. That's the unbalancing throw. The unbalancing throw guarantees you as a Ocelotl a double heavy. So, what now? On about unbalancing parry. That's a different story. It's just the forward dodge light into heavy. Since second, light, heavy, light is not guaranteed. Also, I tested it in skirmish matches. The dodge heavy bash is also not confirmed. So the regular forward dodge attack into heavy is confirmed. That's the max punish on the unbalancing parry. Okay, now let's talk about the hitbox. I tested the hitbox in a skirmish match against 4 raiders for 40 minutes, and I have to say the hitbox itself are kind of accurate and reliable, but they are not great in range. So that means if the enemy is just too far away, you will probably whiff that attack and leave you exposed since you have no rush recovery cancels and so on. So that means if you try to throw unlock, be really sure he's in range and in the right angle. Like the light attacks are kind of reliable, also the heavy attacks. And it's also possible to do unlock attacks on the dodge attack, but like I said, it takes correct positioning, good knowledge about the trajectory of the attack. So don't just throw away, just throw out random unlock attacks unless you're 100% sure you will land the unlock on him to keep him block stunned or even in the best case hit him. Yeah, that's basically it to the hitbox. It's short in range, but kind of viable. The zone attack is surprisingly hard to hit since it's so slow. But the hyper armor of course helps you, but be really careful, it only deals 14 damage, and in a big team fight you can easily eat an unfavorable trade. So keep that in mind for his hitbox. Now, probably one of the most controversial topics, but hey, we have to go through that. So in my opinion, he has 2 useful feats and 2 very situational ones. And the two useful ones are Huntsman Spirit and Trapper's Reach. Both are coming with huge advantages and also disadvantages. First, I will talk about Huntsman Spirit. Huntsman Spirit actually comes with one huge disadvantage, and it's the regeneration time of your health. Usually, let's do an example. You fight on the home point, you die while defending it. Normally, you would respawn after 10 seconds, and then it takes like 10 or 15 seconds to get back on the point to keep contesting or recapture it. With Huntsman Spirit, it takes more time to regain full health. So it takes in my playthroughs or my gaming sessions like 35 or 40 seconds to regain full health, but this is just one disadvantage. Basically the biggest one, but the greatest advantage is you have the choice to respawn immediately to help teammates in the fight. So let's do another example. In a big team fight, you go down first or second, whatever, and you see your teammate is actually, your team is actually about to win, but they need one more person. And this is where Huntsman Spirit comes into place. You can actually choose, okay, I don't need full health, the guy just needs a quick gank, done for. Or you can just choose, okay, everyone's on the mid lane, they're busy, and now I can just go as a spirit to their home point and cap their point to put them into breaking. But I don't want to jump into conclusion. Like I said, it comes with advantages and disadvantages. Only time will tell how good it is. And I think this feat is also an emergency. You can nerf it with numbers like slow down the regeneration rate, increase the area where you cannot respawn, like as an enemy is nearby. Oh yeah, I cannot respawn there. So now to the next feat. Oh, I forgot. The options are Tireless and Iron Lungs. Let's say you don't actually like the disadvantage, just go for Tireless. It's a no-brainer. It's only comes with advantages. You can apply more pressure, the fight, and so on. Iron Lungs, get it? It's used. So Vengeful Mark, I actually don't like the design of it. It only benefits you or your teammate who die. So in my opinion, it's not a good design. I would rather to play Executioner's Respite or Bear Trap. I would go more for Bear Trap, since I would go... Wait, I have to show you one more thing. His perks are basically so Rapid Refresh, Remedy, and Fill-in Agility. The Rapid Refresh reduces the cooldown by 5% on takedown. It means even a kill assist will reduce your cooldown. So that's why I would prefer Bear Trap. It's 25 damage. If it lands, it also confirms another heavy. It means on top another 24 damage, so 49 damage on a smart use. The Blessing. Every time when you kill someone, you gain a temporary buff for 10 or 20 seconds, I think. And it gives you basically a damage buff of 20%. And I think for level 3, it's underperforming. And that's why I would prefer Second Wind. Second Wind is always a no-brainer. And in an emergency, you can combine Huntsman Spirit, Second Wind, to gain the extra boost of health. Like I said, it has a nice synergy. Rapid refresh, your perk. Yeah, that's why my opinion, my Ocelotl would definitely run second wind. Trapper's Reach. Oh boy. So, it is a nice ganking tool. Like if it lands, it confirms basically a GB. It has a nice horizontally tracking, so you can use it, you can snipe people very reliable from ladders, the blinds. And yeah, it has also for a level 4 feat a short cooldown, but it is not game changer. We have game changer level 4s like Fire Flask, Fearstorm, Starboard Banner, Aura Boost, and so on. So my choice, like for me, you have 3 legit choices. You can't go for Trapper's Reach, absolutely legit. You can go for Regenerate. So Regenerate, guess what? Bypasses Huntsman's Spirit disadvantage. So every time when you see you lose a team fight, go for a back cap. You have Regenerate unlock. You can even regenerate some of your health, no problem. So Regenerate has a nice synergy to bypass Huntsman's Spirit disadvantage. Or you go for Starboard Banner. Like I said, Starboard, I played For Honor for 7 years, and I witnessed too many situations where Starboard Banner decided a match. So I would go, you can play basically all 3 feats, they're totally fine. But in the end, it's you decides what feats are what feats are you playing. So that's it with the feats. And yeah, I missed to explain the perks, but I explained them a little bit. But here Ocelotl perks. Remedy, every time when you kill someone, it's 10 health. I think one of the best cheaper feats for a non-tank. Feline Agility, also very nice, but you can also skip that, go for Rising Dawn. But yeah, I think Feline Agility always nice to have, and Rapid Refresh, it's a must-have, my opinion. Yeah, that's it. The video. In this part, I want to give you guys a small feedback about the performance of the hero. Usually, I think he's fine, but he will probably not outperform the current high tier roster in For Honor because many reasons. His hitbox is not the best. He has no hyper armor. His damage is not crazy. His unblockables are hard to reach. But I didn't consider the gank, like Huntsman stance gank, and obviously defeats how good this Huntsman Spirit is. But like I said, if I have to give him a grade, it would be probably B or maybe B minus. But when the feats or the gank turn out broken, whoop, goes up quickly. But moveset wise, he's just okay. Like, you can absolutely work with that in a team fight and a 1v1. You're totally fine. But like I said, he has many. He doesn't benefit from the good things. Also, all of the heroes has like tank perks, big health pool, big unblockables, hyper armor, or he has no big hitbox, and so on. But I had fun with him. But in the end, we will find out how he will perform when he's on the live stream. I hope you liked the video. You enjoyed it so far. Like, subscribe maybe, and see us in it. Hopefully, have a good one.